Thank you very much. I will make it very short and simple, and we will follow up. Janet explained what this is all about, but to give you a short more background about this, we managed to advance this during COVID because we all were locked down, and we managed to speak to each other. But from all those who are academic, being in universities, the United Nations, the World Bank, all these major organizations, they all agreed, and scholars agreed, one measurement for human development and the advancement and the development of a country is measured by the quality of its higher education. That's why you see countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, United Arab Emirates have moved above many other Arab countries because of the quality of their education. Now, who are the leaders in the Arab countries? I'm just giving an example. Mostly universities from Saudi Arabia, from Qatar, from UAE. So the quality of the education or the universities in specific is being agreed is an indicator of how the country is moving in the right direction towards achieving sustainable development and the welfare of the country. So anyone agreed about this. Anyone agreed the solution to our global challenges or problems is in the universities. But when you go to universities, as Janet explained, I have personally, and with many people, reviewed almost every single association bringing universities together. As Janet said, and you can go and Google them, Association of African Universities, almost 1,000 universities in entire Africa. The president is just got, he went to the hospital, he was hospitalized in London last night, but he's coming tomorrow. He will talk to us later afternoon. He's been discharged. We went to Namibia. We've spoken with 800 vice chancellors. When you go to that organization, I'm just using it as an example, you will find members, as Jenny said, University of Khartoum, University of Azhar, blah, blah, blah. You just find list of universities. You click, you go to that university. That's all. Association of Arab Universities based in Jordan, the same problem. Association of Commonwealth Universities. We visited them, you remember, Janet? We went there. They're in London. The same. American universities, British universities, Saudi universities, Jordanian universities. We looked into all Ministry of Higher Education, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Egypt. Egypt, we work very close with Egyptian Ministry of Higher Education. Tunisia, you just name any country, even the UK, every country. You will go to the higher education, you find the list of universities, University of Sussex, University of Aberdeen, and then you click and you go. One interesting discovery we found, University of London, which bring LSE, London School of Economics, Queen Mary University of London, King's College. All these universities, all these colleges are part of University of London. I will not tell you, go and check it. There's nothing at the back end to connect them. Professor Suhair and Neil from UCL, which is University of London, University College London is part of this consortium. But they don't connect at the back end. So Professor Suhair and Neil, as an example, from University College London, urogynecologist, one of the top professors there, is he directly or indirectly connect with the other professors of, or the urogynecologist from Queen Mary, my university, or others? The answer, you go and find it. That's very interesting. Again, this is happening. The second thing we found it very interesting, just take example of Egyptian universities. That's why we took them as an example. Egyptian universities are part of African Association of African Universities because they are African. But the Egyptian universities are part of the Arab universities. So when they jumped over that boundary, they meet universities from Qatar, from Saudi Arabia, and others. And then when they jump back to Namibia, they meet universities from where? From Africa, like Namibia and so on. And then there's another layer, like my colleague, I met a lady here, a professor from Libya. They also have that connection with North Africa. There is a special relationship with North Africa, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. And they have a special relation with Arab countries, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, blah, blah, blah. And they have a special relationship because they are Africans. So that is missing. Take another example. There are universities specialized on women. Prince Noura in Saudi Arabia, Royal University for Women in Bahrain, Ahfad University in Sudan, Zimbabwe Women Universities. They have special things collecting them together. you want also to benefit from their expertise. Believe it or not, we found 2 universities, one of them in Canada, specialized on youth. And I'm very pleased to see a lot of young generations here. We should give them a big applause, by the way. Those students, there are people from, I saw one from Qatar. I'm very pleased also that another 6 or 7 from Prime Minister of SEO's program from Pakistan. Those all young generation, there are universities dedicated for those young generations. So these all layers do not exist. So this is where I think if we can work to bring them together, I think the answer is there. So quickly, I will go through the platform. People who knows knowledge management or data science, like Professor Manuel or Rawaz or these people, they know that at some point you need data to test any system you do. But you will be lucky if there is a data, real data to use it. In our case, we found real data because we've been in this field for 20 years. So we have these people here, when you see an expert here, he or she is a real person. So the data is already available to test the system. And I'm very proud to say we did present this to the African in Namibia. We did present it to Professor Niam in her conference last year in Indonesia. We presented for the Gulf and Saudi Arabia last January, a big conference in Riyadh. We presented online many times, we presented, and the feedback we keep getting is really, really exciting. So let me quickly go. It's SDGs universities.org. So you see it now, right? Okay, what we did here, we ask ourselves as academics, we want these universities to work together. Let's start by the basics. The basics, universities are teaching students. And the UN and all people, they are now in a journey for universities to transform their teaching towards in line with the SDGs. Every university, Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in Libya, in Tunisia, in Namibia, all of them are talking, LSE, all of them, Sussex University, all of them, they are transforming teaching and research towards sustainable development goals. So what we did, we build and we keep adding new items to this. For example, so we put them here, and I will just start by where we start. Let's go with UCL because Suhair is here. So let's take university. This is how it looks like. So number one, we started by bringing the courses. University College London teaches which are relating directly or indirectly to sustainable development. So when you click on the courses, these are some of the samples. So artificial intelligence for sustainable development. Ancient history BA, University College, applied medical sciences, blah, blah, blah. Anything to do with SDGs, we brought it here. But then again, we went to the research. Any research University College London is doing is here. Center for Urban Sustainability and Resilience, Center for Obesity Research, Research Center for Dementia, Department of blah, blah, blah. And then the publication of that UCL. And then this is the beauty of it, where they meet, what we call it, the hubs. Let's take example of this climate change hub. So University College London is part of this hub. Now in this hub, they will come and meet whom? This hub is about climate change. This is the objective, which SDGs. And then here immediately, one of the sample videos, Professor Roland McQuaid, we give him a big, this is one of our founders, Professor Roland McQuaid has done a lot of work. This is, you can see, Sustainable Development Integration, Sustainable Energy in Scotland. You will then end up meeting other people. And then you look to the objective and so on and so on. And this objective will be collected from those experts together. They will come together from UCL, other universities, and they meet. Who are these people? Look at them. This is all examples. So here, they come together. We met University of London, International University of Africa, Prince Sultan bin Abdul Aziz, University of Sussex, blah, blah, blah. You can see Namibia, Sussex, Indonesia, Erlanga, Griffith University, Australia. They can easily meet. It's a meeting place. And who is meeting here? The people who are interested or doing research on climate change. But more interestingly, here you can see the researchers. Anyone from those universities, they will easily be pulled over here and they meet together. So for example, Dr. Abdel Hadi bin Ghalim from Algeria, Zafar from Trinidad and Tobago, Sarah Saad from Sudan, Adil Abdel Noor from KSA, Belgium, and so on and so on. And then when they meet, we are just bringing them together. They will agree. They will say, okay, Professor Allam Ahmed will be the coordinator. The coordinator could be from Saudi, could be from America, it doesn't matter. They agree themselves. And then there will be a national coordinator for Qatar, national coordinator for Malaysia, national coordinator for Indonesia. And that national coordinator will coordinate the expert in his or her country. And then they will meet here. And the other thing in the resources, all the journals, research centers, they will just at a click. If you click on the journals relating to climate change, brought together or pulled together from all these institutions here, you can just see it at a click. Climate change and land, this is from Jamaica, University of West Indies. Fantastic university. Facing the challenge of climate change, Latin American perspective from Sweden. Journal of Environmental Studies from University of Sadat City in Egypt, and so on and so on. If you go back to the courses, within a click. So any students want to study climate change, he doesn't need to ask Allam or email any professor. Here you can see atmosphere, ocean and climate, University of Reading, children and climate change. I know many people will be interested. We have here Dr. Khalid, he's the head of a family. He's going to chair the children session. Imagine children and climate change. This is a course taught at a university in China. Then you can learn how people are thinking of the future immediately. Then you have climate change and food system in Zimbabwe. Climate change, agriculture, and food security. Okay. Okay. And then it goes on and on. So this is how it works. Now, the idea is once you join here, you will get this. I'm just going to go back quickly to the platform again. Let's choose any other university. Singapore, for example. What we realize when we are talking to people in Africa, Middle East, in Saudi, many times, people are very interested in ranking. So now you can easily see the ranking immediately from them. So for example, Singapore, you can see the QS, Times, Shanghai. We can bring any ranking here. I know university has become distracted by ranking, but if you want, if that's something will make universities to look who is number one, number two, that's for the university. And let me give you a very critical example here. We have been campaigning universities should be judged by the impact they make in the community. I spent 15 years at the University of Sussex. And we use, and we are number one by QS in teaching sustainable development. And I was arguing for 15 years at Sussex University, being number one in teaching sustainable development doesn't mean you are number one in your impact about sustainable development. So people didn't like my argument. 2021, the Times Higher published their report about the impact ranking. Sussex University came number 24. Why Sussex University is number one in QS teaching of sustainable development. Manchester University came number one in the entire world, above of Harvard, Oxford, everyone. Why? Because the Vice Chancellor of University of Manchester said, we did at the University of Manchester implement all the 17 sustainable development goals. That's how you will be judged. So you can see it's not just about ranking, it needs to be understood. Sussex, number one in teaching of sustainable development. Manchester is number one in the impact of sustainable development. Sussex came number 24. Manchester ahead of Oxford, Cambridge, all these universities. So that's why it's important to focus on how to work and improve things. So quickly, because I know I've been, this platform can give you all the research centers are here, and so on. I will go quickly to show the map. We created a map, and the map will give you at the click of a button, any country you like. Let's go to where? Canada, for example, or US, for example. You click on the country, you get all the options. You can quickly, immediately see all the universities in the US with the click of a button. They will all come to you. And then you click. Just 1 second. Let me just bring this one. Apologies, Chair, just 1 second. I'm really sorry. So how do I go back here? Just 1 second. Yes, I will. You click on the courses, immediately you will see all the courses taught by American universities at the click of a button, all of them. Whatever it is, they are in any place. And then you go back and so on. You can see anything. I'm just going to quickly jump to the experts because I think this is, we know that from the feedback we got from top networking like LinkedIn and others. I think we are very proud of this expert directory. What we did, you need to know more about Allam. I'm going to give example. Dr. Amani, if you don't mind me, give that example about you. Dr. Amani is the top consultant in the UK. She is a child psychiatrist, one of the top in the country. But you don't know that she just graduated from London School of Economics, doing a master's degree on economics. She had another degree on law and criminology or something, in addition to her expertise as a clinical expert. You need to know this because it does make a difference between a consultant who is just a child psychiatrist than a consultant who also knows economics development from London School of Economics, and he also knows about laws and other things. You need to know all this one. So what we did here, we created this. I'm going to use you, if you don't mind, Beverly, as an example. At a click, when you click on the expert, Beverly, immediately you know where she is, Beverly Anderson, her University, California. And then at a click, you can see immediately, you can contact her for SDG 4, 8, 12, and 17 immediately. You know her key areas, business ethics and social responsibility, international marketing. At a click, you can see her. Then you got a biography about her. The beauty is if you click any of her SDGs, say you click on say 8, immediately you will be connected to all those experts on number 8, whether they are from Qatar, from Sudan, from America. These are all experts. You can see them immediately. Here you can see Beverly from the US met Professor Muhammad Hassan from Sudan. She met His Excellency Salim Al-Malik. He's a Saudi Director General of the UNESCO. She meets someone from Ukraine. She meets someone from Australia, and then the list will go on and on and on. She meets someone from Ghana just by a click because they relate to her on SDG 4. But let's quickly do another one. She is expert on consumer behavior. I don't know, let's check. I don't know, maybe there is other people. When you click on consumer behavior, you will see those experts across the way. Oh, great. So you can immediately see Abdul Basit from University of Jeddah, Maria from Botswana, Malaysia, Brazil, and so on. The beauty is if you click on this guy from Saudi Arabia, you will end up with another cycle. It will never stop. This guy is a professor at Jeddah University. And then if you click here, he's expert on what? In public health. You click on public health, then you end up into another arena of expert on public health. And then here you meet another people. I think if it comes quickly, I will show you. This is what we did. We bring the information and we manipulate it from the back end to generate endless knowledge cycle. Now here, he meets those people who are expert on public health. I know this man, he used to be the director of the National Research Center in Egypt. He's a minister, he's an expert in public health. So if the UN or anyone, any country need an expert advisors on health, they can click. And I did that in Saudi Arabia. They asked me, we need experts for King Salman Humanitarian Forum. And I said, okay, what expert do you want? They said, we want this and this. I had this laptop with me in Riyadh, I opened it, I just answered them. If you need the UN want a panel of experts, and then they can choose them by country, by whatever. For example, they can choose them by country. We want people from Arab countries. We don't have enough representation of Arab. They just click on Arab and they all will come, whether they are from whatever countries they are. And then you can see. It's just the internet is slow. This is what we did. So the importance of this, we want these people to come. So you can see now you all get the Arab countries. Professor Al-Hawaj, Mansour Al-Ali from Bahrain, Ghada Amir, one of the most influential women in Egypt, it comes out. So you can see this is the beauty of this. And the other thing, I am very proud. This idea came and we did it. Most institutions, universities, minister, when someone passed away or died, you suddenly lose everything he did. Professor Muhammad Ajluni, rahimahullah, he was one of the key people in WSD. He graduated from Nottingham. He died. He was a pro-vice chancellor in Yarmouk University in Jordan. What we do when someone dies, we go and put him in a category called deceased. So his knowledge does not disappear. He's there. He's the same like us who are living. Everything he got is here. So we created this as well, and so on and so forth. And I think this is very important, not only just for his family or his student, but to keep the knowledge of that country, and so on and so forth. Another quick example, this guy, Hatim, he's one of the top data scientists, and he's one of the best statisticians in Tunisia. I met him, very top guy. He moved from Tunisia to Qatar. He's in Qatar Foundation. Now here, we put him in another category called diaspora. You can see here, he's GCC, Qatar, Arab, and so on, Islamic way, and so on and so on. I know this is a big database. Finally, because before the chair stopped me, I know I don't want to say I'm abusing we also managed to put people by association. If you belong to Walid University Association of Community Development, you can be charged there and so on and so on. And also,
Professor Allam.
Yes, I stopped.
No. We just merged your other 15 minutes, so you have 4 minutes to go.
Okay, you see, it's a very smart guy. Okay, so I'm finishing the other part. Okay, so this is really a database I think is very useful. And the beauty is you don't need to come to us. Yes, you need to contact these people. Yes, for example, you need this guy, Professor Hatim Mahin. You go here to contact, you email him. And what we write down, the idea, we don't want you, we don't control those expertise. You can contact Beverly, Allam, as you like. You write down to them what you want. And what we have written here, please contact us anytime if you need help, only if you need help. Or if you have any question. Our head office teams available in London, United Kingdom, but we also have team, blah, blah, blah. Just come to us. If you contact Professor X, he didn't answer you, we will help you. This is the beauty of it. But I tell you an example from United Arab Emirates. We've been approached by Al-Ain municipality about a particular problem affecting the date palms. They said, Alam, can you ask expert on the Royal Agricultural University, which is the first university teaching agriculture in the whole world. It is in Oxford, near Oxford. And I said, yes, no problem. Can you send us a picture and so on? In UAE, for example, they want an expert to be available to give advice to people. So for example, this can be used in any country. You can put a picture of a problem, you need an answer, then the expert on child psychiatry, they can jump and answer you. But when you get the answer from someone called Amani, before you take her advice, whether you want it or not, you can click to see her credentials. Also can be used from this platform. Someone want to study, what do I study, Alam? If you ask me, okay, do I do AI? I say, yes, why not study AI? Okay, you can come here and ask the expert on AI. You got Rawat, who is a director of 3 master program on AI. And you got many people on expert on AI, take whoever you like, and so on and so forth. Many times we get calls. We got, particularly for Professor Suhair and Neil, we get calls from Brazil, we got a call, phone call. Can you please connect me to, because her expertise is very specialized. Urogynecology, one of the top urogynecologists in this planet. So we call her, Professor, someone need your help. In this system, you don't need to, and so on and so on. The last thing in this expert directory here, there's a lot of things. Again, if we go back, if we go to Professor Ghada Amir, for example, from Egypt, the same, from Misri University, she's a well-established woman. You can listen to her talk, keynote talks, immediately, just click.
Have our know-how. We have to understand the new market that we are living in now.
We have the videos
and unfortunately, the entrepreneurship is becoming a more attractive career path for adults. Women is still special in the Middle East and North Africa. Women still lag behind their male counterparts. And especially when coming to making the risk decision to start her own business. She always afraid because there is a lot of challenges around here. These challenges will explain, there are too much challenges, but I will focus in the main 8 challenges that I saw after my long trip in entrepreneurship and in Arab science.
This is the beauty of it. Events, Mary University, UCL, Al-Majma' University in Saudi Arabia, Masr University, they have a lot of events. We want you to have this all event together. Just look here. This is Japan, Al-Faisal University in Saudi Arabia, Norway. You can know where the conferences are taking place and so on. Finally, search by, where is it? Just to show you, say universities by SDG. You can click, what do you want the universities working on SDG 3, health. You click all of them, they will come to you. And so on and so forth. This is what we did. And we can do more. So imagine every university, when we meet people like you, they give us feedback, we go and manipulate the data to reflect whatever they want. Now, they told us in many countries, the last visit was Saudi Arabia, ranking, Alam, ranking. I traveled with Duncan, traveled with me to the conference. He's from the Times here. We said, fine, we can add the ranking, and so on and so forth. So you immediately here, those are all teaching medicine, LSE, or remote, whatever it is. Now, lastly, what do we have? We have the maps. I think the map is really beautiful, the impact. Any university is telling you they are the best. We went to Namibia, and the Vice Chancellor of Namibia University told us, this is in a conference in front of almost 1,000 participants. Professor Bakri will tell you that at Namibia University, big conference for all African. He said, the 3 research I'm going to showcase to all the conference are three. One of them, the veterinary school in his university, managed to train a dog in Namibia who can smell or detect COVID at the time of the COVID pandemic. I said, really? He said, yes. So his veterinary school, they managed to train dogs to sniff who got COVID or not. Then I asked the audience, 800 vice chancellors, I said, did you know about what this vice chancellor just said or not? Believe it or not, the whole entire vice chancellor, they have no idea. Namibia University managed to get that discovery of a dog, to train a dog to sniff COVID. And I said to them in that room, if this was my colleagues at Queen Mary University of London, managed to train a dog to sniff COVID-19, I will assure you 100%, 6 o'clock BBC News, I will learn about it. Many universities, we met them, they don't even talk about their discovery. We don't learn. And finally, I will just close this by one example. Universities are doing great work across the whole world, in China, in Middle East, in Arab countries, America, and so on. But I remember in an African summit hosted and supported by Bill Gates and others in London, the director of the health program of Oxford University, he said that in front of 300 audience, donors, World Bank, he said what Oxford University is spent on marketing their health programs is much time bigger than the money they spent to get that. You remember that pandemic in Liberia? What is it? Not the COVID, before the COVID, Ebola. Can you believe this is the director of the health program of Oxford University? Said what we spent on marketing our programs is many times bigger than what we spent on finding that cure for the Ebola. So you can see many universities in Arab countries, Africa and others, they don't market themselves. So this could be a tool to tell the whole world what they are doing. And I said to the African, why most of your students in Africa, they go to study in Indonesia, Malaysia, there's nothing wrong with that. Why they don't study in your university? One of the reasons, because they don't know what you are teaching. I stop here. I'm really sorry, Chair.
No, excellent. Thank you very much.